Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pyro gaming video. With Curse of Osiris dropping tomorrow, I figured it'd be a fun time to go ahead and recap some of the news that we've gotten in the past week regarding Curse of Osiris and some other things elsewhere in the Destiny universe. So to start things off, Bungie recently announced a limited edition Ghost that works hand in hand with Amazon Echo. These ghosts are available for pre-order right now on Amazon.com. They cost $89.99 US, and they will ship on December 19th. Now, it is worth noting that these do not work by themselves. You have to have an Alexa-enabled device, so something like an Echo Dot or an Echo Spot, or just an actual Echo, either first or second generation. And yeah, it's pretty neat. You can actually control all kinds of things with this thing. You can build loadouts, and just by saying, Alexa, tell Ghost to equip my Crucible loadout, it'll pull the weapons off your other characters out of your vault and put them in your loadout, swap everything over. It's actually really handy. Now, it is worth pointing out that if you already own an Alexa-enabled device, you can actually use this feature right now. Just go to your Alexa's skills and download the one from Bungie called Destiny Ghost. I actually own an Alexa Echo, or an Amazon Echo first generation, so while I did pre-order this Ghost, I will not receive it until December, but I can go ahead and start using its functionality right now. Aside from being able to create your loadouts, save your loadouts, and equip your loadouts, it can also tell you some really interesting facts about the game, like lore about certain characters, lore about events from Destiny in the past. I mean, it's actually really neat. So I recorded a short video showing you what it's like with my Amazon Echo. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alexa, ask Ghost to equip my Strike loadout.
Your Strike loadout has been equipped. I'm expecting you to make good use of these.
Alexa, ask Ghost to equip my Nightfall loadout.
Your Nightfall loadout has been equipped. Put it to the test.
Alexa, ask Ghost to equip my Crucible loadout.
Your Crucible loadout has been equipped. All the good stuff.
Alexa, ask Ghost to tell me about Osiris.
I think I can handle this one. I'm Sagira, Osiris's ghost. So obviously, I'm the one you need to ask. You probably know the history. Legendary warlock, scholar, warrior, hero of the Battle of Six Fronts, vanguard commander. That's all true. But you may have heard he had some, let's call them problems, with his extracurricular studies, and maybe a series of prophecies that were declared to be heresy. No big deal. Let me assure you, Osiris has noble intentions, and we're doing everything we can to stop the Vex. You're welcome.
Alexa, ask Ghost about the Battle of Twilight Gap.
It was one of the biggest battles the city had faced, where many Guardians fell. In the wake of the battle, Lord Shaxx created the Crucible to train new generations of Guardians to make sure it never happens again.
And there you have it. I think it's a really cool thing. Now, I do want to point out again, you do not actually need to order the Ghost from Amazon for $90 in order to enable this feature. Like I said, I just have a first generation Amazon Echo. All you need to do is go into the Echo app on your phone or whatever you use and install the skill for that exact feature. And I also want to reiterate that if you do not own an Alexa-enabled device and all you do is go buy the $90 Ghost, you essentially just bought a $90 paperweight. It's not going to be able to do any of the functionality that you just saw me demonstrate unless you have a separate Amazon Alexa-enabled device. So another interesting piece of Destiny news that I heard this week, and this is not anything that's been confirmed by Bungie. They haven't made any official announcements. I'm just going off of what I've seen and heard from Bungie employees. In Bungie's most recent podcast, Luke Smith, Eric Osborne, and Mark Noseworthy sat down and talked about the future of Destiny 2. Now, most of this was in regards to the current state of Destiny, the plans they have planned for Curse of Osiris and going forward, but something that I thought was really interesting was the fact that Luke Smith, who was the director, or lead director, I should say, of Destiny 2, mentioned that going forward, Christopher Barrett will be the Destiny 2 lead for all future expansions, for game updates, for live events, and everything like that. So it seems as if Luke Smith has been relieved of his lead director position and replaced by Christopher Barrett. Now, Christopher Barrett, if you do not know, is the one that back in, I believe it was late October, possibly early November, went on the This Week at Bungie's weekly blog post and detailed a list of changes that he would like to implement into the game. These included things like an emote wheel to equip all exotic emotes at the same time, as well as addressing in-game content and making it so that Guardians have more things available in the game to spend their legendary shards on. Now, Christopher Barrett is also very notable in the Destiny community because he was the project lead for Destiny 1's first major, massive expansion. I'm talking major, not Dark Below, not House of Wolves, but Taken King. Christopher Barrett is the one that directed the Taken King. So that being said, with him at the helm going forward for Destiny 2, I think that that is nothing but a good thing for Destiny 2 fans. For those that did not play Destiny 1 and did not get to experience Taken King when it first came out, it was an update that completely changed how we played Destiny. Literally every aspect of the game was totally different. Taken King was absolutely amazing. Some of my favorite story missions from all of Destiny as a franchise, from 1 and 2, came in the Taken King. It also had the hidden story missions with alternate endings that you could get exotic weapons from, and it was just all around a beautiful, beautiful update, and one that lasted for a solid year, unless you count the minuscule April update that brought one new strike and a couple of little side activities. But even with that, I mean, it was still, you were still playing Taken King content. I mean, it was just so beautifully done. So, like I said, to have Christopher Barrett on at the helm of Destiny 2 going forward, that's not bad for anybody. And that's not to say anything bad about Luke Smith. I think that he did a good job directing Destiny 2, but the community didn't quite like the direction that Luke Smith took the game in, so for Christopher Barrett to take it back, he seems like he really listens to the community and strives to give us what we want. So I'm really looking forward to Destiny's future for that reason. Now, it is worth noting again that Bungie has not outright announced this to the public. However, if you've ever looked at Luke Smith's Twitter profile, it has always said lead director for Destiny 2. Now it just says director for Destiny 2. And Luke Smith himself, as I said in the podcast, said that going forward, the lead director for Destiny 2's expansions and live events will be taken over by Christopher Barrett. Another thing that happened this week that I thought was pretty interesting was a keen-eyed Reddit user by the name of Looney2388, whose original post I will link in the description box below, noticed that in one of the Curse of Osiris trailers, somebody completes an event and looks over at the reward, and there are two snipers that drop. One of them that says power weapon underneath it, and the other one that just says sniper rifle underneath it. Now, this has led a lot of people to kind of start talking about maybe the possibility of a sniper rifle that could be moved to the energy slot, or possibly even the kinetic slot, and I don't think anybody would argue that. I mean, snipers as it is right now are just not viable in PvE. I mean, with rocket launchers and fusion rifles and Wordcliff coil being as good as they are, and even swords, I mean, there's no reason to equip a sniper unless you just absolutely love sniping. However, if you're actually going to be able to equip a sniper in your energy slot, similar to the weapon loadout system in Destiny 1, then snipers could potentially finally have a place in Destiny 2's PvE. That's something that we're just going to have to wait and see, because Bungie, of course, did not acknowledge it. Now, the last two things that I'm going to leave you guys with for this video is, one, Bungie themselves said that they will not be acknowledging the world's first raid completion for the new raid lair activity coming to Destiny 2. They didn't give a reason why, but I would assume it's because of all the heavy ammo glitches and ad glitches that you can currently do in Callus, and the fact that it takes a really long time to fix stuff like that, because typically when you fix it, you mess up something else. So that's probably why we're not going to be acknowledging world's first. And the last thing that I want to go ahead and say to you guys is you are going to be able to pre-order Curse of Osiris starting on Tuesday morning in the US, and if you would like to know all the details about that, then I will go ahead and put a little card on the end of this video in the little outro screen so that you can go watch that video and find out everything that you need to know about preloading the Curse of Osiris DLC. And that is going to bring this video to an end, guys. I typically don't do roundup news type videos on my channel, so if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more of them, drop a comment in the box below and let me know, and maybe it can become a thing. But that's going to bring this video to an end. If you enjoyed it, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, I fucking love you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.